Rockstar Games are one of the most recognizable game developers on the planet, and their back catalog is something to behold. The team have turned out a number of highly successful games, proving their chops by lampooning American culture, recreating the dangerous world of the Wild West, and dropping a few unsung titles in between. A wide range of historic periods and themes have been covered, and they don't have any plans to stop, with Red Dead Redemption 2 coming at the end of 2017. Grand Theft Auto: Vice City. A perfect example of a game that captures the time period it's set in, Vice City is an inspired open-world marvel that is so synonymous with the 1980s that they decided to set it in Miami. Drawing inspiration from Scarface, Miami Vice and so much more, Vice City marked an excellent point in Rockstar's history where they figured out how to do a period piece. This paved the way for other games set in history, and truly raised the bar for the open-world action game. Tommy Vercetti is an inimitable character, an ex-con working for the Italian mafia, procuring cocaine and overseeing deals with drug lords to try and control the Vice City drug trade. The radio stations are unforgettable, blasting 80s hits such as Phil Collins' Easy Lover as you cruise around Miami, mowing down civilians and trying to steal hot rods. The gameplay exhibited a tremendous amount of polish and gave the game a distinct sense of depth that hadn't been seen in other open-world titles. A sun-soaked sandbox that is easily one of the most iconic games in Rockstar's history. LA Noire. LA Noire marked an experimental turn for Rockstar, much like the table tennis fiasco, where they wanted to create something new and exciting. It is true that Team Bondi took the lead on development overall, but the game was shared amongst various internal Rockstar studios, and they lent their name to publishing duties, too. An incredibly ambitious and serious game, LA Noire puts you in the shoes of Detective Cole Phelps, an officer for the LAPD as he solves crimes and rises through the different crime divisions. It is steeped in neo-noir and channels a lot of the themes seen in movies like The Black Dahlia and The Big Combo. You crack cases by interrogating suspects and finding clues, with an excellent approach to storytelling that meant that if you failed to solve the crime, you didn't hear the true story. The game is only further enhanced by its use of the motion scan technology to create incredibly lifelike facial expressions, which makes the interrogation gameplay even more tense. It's easily one of the most cinematic games ever created and a truly iconic experience, combining a number of features from different genres to create an outstanding new IP. Grand Theft Auto 3. Grand Theft Auto 3 marked a revolution in the gaming industry. No other game had been seen like it. The level of depth and polish inherent in its code was utterly fascinating, and spoke to a generation of gamers. It marked the start of the GTA franchise as we know it today, and innovated across the board to produce a sprawling Liberty City that came to life in front of your eyes. You play as Claude, an escaped prisoner who gets involved with the mafia and the drug trade of this heavily stylized New York, fighting the Colombian cartel and the Yakuza on his warpath. Whilst the story was engaging and important, it was more so the excellent gameplay that ensures this game goes down in history. The number of weapons, cars and missions in the game was staggering for the time, and much like the excellent soundtrack of Vice City, GTA 3 delivered with a number of radio stations that added satire and charm to the crime-infested city. Grand Theft Auto: San Andreas. San Andreas built on the period piece framework already developed in Vice City to create an iconic game completely in sync with its 1992 California setting. The game is a cultural cornerstone, and by far one of the most feature-filled games ever created. San Andreas is easily one of the most well-known PS2 games of the era, and it's well-deserved, with its giant world map full of activities and locations that are teeming with life. San Andreas made waves with its storytelling and humor, providing a lot of ingrained satire of American culture and an engaging campaign with some iconic missions that are still referenced today. The soundtrack was also inherently 90s, with stations full of excellent licensed music that will be forever burned into the minds of those who played it for hours on end. The RPG elements in the game were also a delight, allowing you to bulk up CJ to make him run faster and hit harder. You could also fully customize his hair and clothes, allowing for a more personalized experience. Fans loved this game so much, it led to a number of conspiracies about an in-game Bigfoot and Area 51, the latter of which is actually true, and crafted a community of fans hell-bent on finding the secrets of its vast open world. Grand Theft Auto V. The latest Rockstar release in this list, Grand Theft Auto V is Rockstar's latest open-world epic that returns to the city of Los Santos to tell its tale of heists and betrayal. Doesn't matter if you're playing as Franklin, Michael or Trevor, the game is an open-world masterpiece set on one of the largest maps ever seen in a video game. The graphical prowess of the Rage engine is fully realized here, with the level of detail seen on street corners and mountaintops being completely consistent. The inclusion of multiple protagonists, whilst initially divisive, proved to be an excellent choice for Rockstar, allowing for a level of depth in the campaign that hadn't been seen before. GTA Online was also added to the game, and allowed a great number of players to coexist and freely roam the environment together, completing heists and missions as well as competing in races and shootouts. GTA V is a one-of-a-kind living breathing world that is a culmination of every game in the series that came before it. Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption is a game that manages to capture the imagination unlike any other. The intricate design of this open world is completely unrivaled by anything they've done before, and feels like a culmination of all Rockstar have learned from developing their more experimental titles as well as the mainline Grand Theft Auto series. John Marston's story is unforgettable, and tells a better tale than most Western movies, giving you the unique experience of being in full control of the protagonist. The gunplay, especially the dead-eye targeting, still stand out as some of the most satisfying shooting mechanics in gaming, and coupled with the horseback rides through valleys and deserts full of bandits and danger, create an incredible atmosphere that can't be experienced anywhere else. Rockstar managed to lift a piece of history and transform it into a game, and still managed to add a lot of their iconic flair. In addition, Undead Nightmare stands out as one of the best DLC packages ever released, showing that Rockstar can be hilarious and experimental, creating iconic games that stand the test of time. The hype for a sequel has been there since its release, but with Red Dead Redemption 2 finally coming out at the end of this year, I can't wait to don my cowboy hat again and set out in search of fortune in the Old West.